Hello, I'm Rachel Cross and I'm the main designer of the Creative Grids ruler range. The latest ruler I've designed is the 120-degree triangle, something that a lot of you I know would avoid doing because it means setting the third triangle in. But I'll show you how I've made it easy. And these are some of the designs that can be made with this ruler. You can make dozens of dynamic designs. This is a beautiful one using 2.5-inch strips, and it's using up all those old Christmas fabrics, which will make a wonderful centerpiece. Or even if you don't join the last piece together, you can make a lovely tree skirt with it. This is the same design again in a totally different colourway, and just adding these dark edges makes the star really vibrant and stand out. And this is the block that makes those designs, and I'll show you how that's pieced together. This is a block that's been done using a single strip, which looks really effective in the way you use the colours. And this was all that it was made of, just one strip 120-degree triangles. And you can also make them with double strips as well. So let's take a closer look at the ruler itself. So here we have the 120-degree multiple strip ruler with the finished sizes running all the way down the middle. On this ruler we've got arrows indicating the strip widths that you can actually cut with it. And because this has a lovely long edge along the bottom, you can actually rotary cut your strips using the same ruler, so there's no need to bring out another ruler for cutting. The ruler shows some of the blocks that you can do with this ruler using single strips, double strips or a triple strip. Normally with 120-degree triangles you would need to set the last triangle in. I've designed this ruler to make that part simple. In other words, there is no setting. We cut the last triangle in half and then join it to the base of the other two, but I will show you that in more detail. Again, the ruler features our unique non-slip grip all the way around the edge, so your ruler won't slide when cutting. So now let's take a closer look at the ruler being used. I'm now going to let you into the secret of making these wonderful 60-degree blocks. And the secret is in this seam that runs down the bottom edge there of the last triangle. And what we do is we cut half triangles to do this one. This one here is using single strips, but if you look closely, the dark triangle doesn't have a seam going down the middle. So if you want to, or you can, set your third triangle in, then by all means set your third triangle in. This is the big one again. And this one has been joined all the way down the middle, like the first one. But really, you can't see that seam at all. So let's show how the ruler works. We now need to cut our strips 2.5 inches wide and 27 inches long. Indicated on the ruler, you can cut 1.5 inch strips, 2.5 inch strips or 3.5 inch strips, because there's a nice long edge. So we move the ruler up to the 2.5 inch line, like that, and then we can rotary cut our 2.5 inch wide strips. So you've cut your strips of fabric 27 inches long out of light, medium and dark fabrics. So what we suggest is that you stagger them by 3 inches, and this will save your fabric. So we need to line the ruler up, and you can see now why we've staggered it. So what you need to do is line the ruler up there, check it's all in the right place, and then rotary cut and go down there, and then simply turn the ruler around, line it up with that last cut, and then cut along the edge there, and you'll end up with a piece, 2 pieces that look like that. So now we need to cut 2 lots of 3 strips that are 2.5 inches wide. We sew them together, and then we put them right sides together. Press all the seams the same way. And what we're doing is we're cutting the bottom of the 120-degree triangles, but we're doing a mirror image. So we want to lay the ruler over the top of the strips, and then move it across till it reaches the other side of the central line. So they've got the dotted line going down the side there. And then we rotary cut these triangles out. Okay, so you'll end up with a mirror image that look like this. Okay, so these now want to be added to the base of the 120-degree triangle. So you just add them like that, and repeat the same process for the other side. And this is what it'll look like when it's sewn together. Okay, and then we repeat it, and we do the other side. And then what we do is we flip both sides, right sides together, and then we sew all the way down that central seam. And then you'll end up with a block that finishes up like this. And that's how simple it is to do the 60-degree block using the 120-degree ruler. So sadly, we've now come to the end of our DVD. I hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as we've all enjoyed making it. And now it's down to you to get creative.